not to his own fault. He did what he was told to do, but I feel like he could have been higher up on the card and not just that guy who was always, succumbing to the giant.
Was there anyone in ECW who didn't get pushed enough, and was there anyone who got pushed too much?
Oh wow, that's
kind of a loaded question.
That's something I shouldn't be answering.
Maybe you should say who's somebody that didn't get pushed enough. Who's somebody that had that potential, but for some reason just didn't get the exposure that they could have.
I feel like Candido should have been a bigger player than he was. I feel like he was. I feel like he was heavyweight material, but just not like. How can I put it? We were pushed. We were all pushed as a group. Shane more so than anyone else, obviously. But I feel like if we would have broke Chris away from the group and had him fight with Shane, I feel like the matches would have been insane.
Right. Yeah.
I just feel like they would have worked so well with each other, and Tammy and I could have done so much together as well. And I think Chris would have been a great champion because I feel like he was so well-rounded. Another person I thought was completely underrated was Spike Dudley.
Okay.
I feel like Spike, came out and usually got his ass kicked. And, he was good to catapult. The big man always throws Spike into the crowd, or Spike, he took these outrageous bumps. Spike could work. He could bump. He could work. I just felt like he could have did more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not to his own fault. He did what he was told to do, but I feel like he could have been higher up on the card and not just that guy who was always, succumbing to the giant.
Right, the punching bag for the giant. One or two big spots where we get to move in, but otherwise literally getting thrown pillar to post.
Yeah.
And into the crowd.
Yeah, because Spike was good. He was a good little man. That's the only, he could work. He was great. His size maybe, was a detriment to him, but I just feel like he could have been more of a player.
Do you think the Mikey Whipwreck effect is what held that back? Because Mikey got pushed, got the world title, that it was like you were basically going to do the same thing to Spike only a few years down the road?
No.
Those fans were they knew everything. They would just say, this is a rehash of Mikey.
No, I don't think so. Two totally different characters. When Mikey won that night, that crowd went nuts. Nobody saw it coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's things like that ECW was so good. We would do things on house shows that nobody would dream of doing. Change a title, do an angle, we just kept the fans wanting more all the time. And I just feel like with Spike, it was kind of like one-dimensional. And I feel like he had the ability to do so much more, but wasn't able to.
Yeah, I could see that. That's a great pick. With Candido now, him and Shane had a feud in XPW. Kind of lost the magic. It wasn't the same thing. It was obviously other players involved, and it just didn't work. But also at that point, Candido was a little bit bulkier. Shane was a little. They didn't have. If it was 98 or 99. It would have been a lot different than in 2001 or 2002. It just didn't have the same kind of impact it could have only a few years earlier.
Yeah, in their prime,
right,
it would have been off the charts for sure. But again, people left, things changed. You can't control time. What are you going to do?